If I may, I'll read an excerpt from a Pulitzer Prize-winning book from the 1970s by the late cultural anthropologist Ernest Becker. The book, The Denial of Death. Quote, "In the mysterious way in which life is given to us in evolution on this planet, it pushes in the direction of its own expansion. We don't understand it simply because we don't know the purpose of creation. We only feel life straining in ourselves and see it thrashing others about as they devour each other. Life seeks to expand in an unknown direction for unknown reasons. What are we to make of creation in which routine activity is for organisms to be tearing others apart with teeth of all types, biting, grinding flesh, plant stalks, bones between molars, pushing the pulp greedily down the gullet with delight, incorporating its essence into one's own organization, and then excreting with foul and gaseous residue. Everyone reaching out to incorporate others who are edible to him. The mosquitoes bloating themselves on blood, the maggots, the killer bees, attacking with a fury and a demonism, sharks continuing to tear and swallow while their own innards are being torn out. Not to mention the daily dismemberment and slaughter in natural accidents of all types. An earthquake buries alive 70,000 bodies in Peru. A tidal wave washes over 250,000 in the Indian Ocean. Creation is a nightmare spectacular taking place on a planet that has been soaked for hundreds of millions of years in the blood of all creatures. The soberest conclusion that we could make about what has actually been taking place on the planet for about 3 billion years is that it is being turned into a vast pit of fertilizer. But the sun distracts our attention, always baking the blood dry, making things grow over it, and with its warmth, giving hope that comes with the organism's comfort and expansiveness, unquote. Yeah, nature, it ain't very nice. If you look at the big picture, creatures making off with each other's essential life stuffs, yeah, not asking, just taking. Grim cycles of brutality. You can look at the numbers to get an idea of what's going on right now and what has been going on, but the true extent of all the horror, death, suffering in the world, it's inconceivable to anyone's mind. It is. I've never been an anti-natalist myself, and I don't believe that Ernest Becker was either. I don't know. I don't assign a negative mark automatically above the head of a newborn. No. And just because life has no inherent meaning doesn't mean you can't make meaning in your life. Justice, fairness, not an inherent quality of the universe? Okay. Yeah. Doesn't mean it's not a valid concept when applied to human affairs. Mr. Becker, speaking of life on this planet as creation, yeah, not really accurate. I don't see the hand of intelligent design here, but maybe he wasn't using creation in the way that I'm thinking he might have been, but again, I don't know. I don't massively know a lot about the guy. But yeah, anti-natalism. Got me thinking a little about that, did his words. The David Benatar oversimplification of reality never appealed to me. No, not a proponent of that. But Ernest Becker, yeah, from what little I do know, I think he was a duality guy, seeing humans as a paradox. Culture, civilization makes us these important, if not towering beings, striving for immortality. Our names and deeds can be remembered down the ages. I think he saw it as we have a symbolic self bound up in culture and society. He called this the Immortality Project, I believe. And he saw the whole business of civilization as a sort of sophisticated defense against the knowledge of our own inevitable death. The other side is the physical self, of course, the part which decays and perishes. But from the symbolic self springs forth a sense of purpose, and perhaps, in some of us, a defiant middle finger to the material world of objects. Yeah. Interesting dude, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do some more research on him. Read more of his words. Anyway, I'll see you later, ladies and gents. Take it easy.